try to not spend any more time with these people. Did you want me to cancel these? Because I know that can be a little awkward, or did you guys want to do it? Because my service starts right now. So whatever you guys would like me to, you'll call and cancel it? All right, sounds good to me. So I'll go ahead and give you these property disclosures. You guys fill these out. I'll get everything on my end all checked out, and we'll get this moved forward. And then once we have all of that, we'll discuss the open house, pictures, and lockbox, and everything else that goes along with the process.
Great. Sounds good. Okay. Done. Okay. Cool. Got a lot of stuff. I was just jotting down notes as we go. So, what do you think?
Rough,
Okay. I agree. Okay.
yeah.
You go first.
Just in comparison with the call that I shared with you when talking with her,
Mhm.
it's just not a smooth transition, and this is, definitely a breakdown.
Mhm.
Doesn't want green people, wants experience, more concerned, we looked over the house in the dream home. I would almost start with the Marty lead on this. I think the finding the home, these are two professional people, bought and sold homes before, they own a business, they have other property, so, they're not, they don't need to be, there's certain things that, the home is the focus and the client is the focus, and we were really, I would dig into that a lot more,
Okay. Okay, so, anything else? That's just a
At one point
general-
though, but at one point you softened and were so much more relatable. There was a point where when you were leaning forward and you softened your tone and your eyes got brighter, it was amazing. It was like, oh, there's
That
Elliot.
makes a huge
There's
difference.
Elliot. Oh, and no, it's because the house is gonna sell and it's gonna list and the Keller. But once you start talking about the Keller Williams Advantage, that was powerful.
Mhm.
That was powerful.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of good.
There was a whole lot of good.
A whole lot of good. A whole lot of refinement, but this is why we're doing this. Okay, so, if you're cool, I'm gonna pick this apart.
You got this.
Are you ready?
Oh, me go.
No, you're staying right here,
Okay.
but I'm gonna let him have it. Is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, sure, yeah. Marty, I liked, you did connect. You were soft,
Mhm.
it was good, very good.
Yes.
And I think if you had given it, okay, again, you were answering buyer questions, should have let Marty take over. And he was doing a very good job of connecting and being soft. This is what people need to be talked at, they don't need to be pitched. They're grown people, they know what's up with buying and
Well,
selling houses.
try to interact with each other
Mhm.
a little bit more on this when you do it. When they start asking about buying, then, say, well, as Marty is our buyer specialist, I think, that would be a better question to ask Marty, you know what I mean, and kind of pull you in. You were a little, I think I put this in your head, this is my fault, you're a little too quiet. Like, you didn't say a whole lot of anything, I had to direct conversation your way. So what you may want to do is, between the two of you, this is a kind of a new merger, it's like, if you find yourself getting, a little bit too heavy into the facts and statistics, bring the personal side of it in.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I agree with Liz in the way that, the more personal you are about this, the more you feel as the opposing, because I purposely went into this my guard's up.
Mhm.
I felt myself inadvertently letting my guard down when it became a little bit more personal. You know what I mean? So I would definitely capitalize on that portion of it as well. Okay, so this is what I got. Your objection handlers, you got something sitting right in front of you. You can write your objection handlers right on that piece of paper and look at it. They're not going to look at your sheet. And by the way, if they do, you can just say, if somebody makes a comment, well, I see you have all kinds of stuff written down, say, well, I just want to make sure that I'm very, very thorough and I don't miss anything. Write a cheat sheet for yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that. The 6%. Okay, so 6%, when you guys are on listing appointments, the commission thing, I've watched all 3/4 of you do the same thing. You get very nervous and concerned and oh my gosh, here we're gonna tread in that uncomfortable area that I hope I can wiggle my way out of. It does not have to show up that way. Let's flip it. All right, you asked me what my commission is.
What's your commission?
Oh, well, 7%. 7% is the industry standard. You know, we don't just arbitrarily like set a commission, you know, and anytime that I find that people are reducing their commission, that concerns me because all that says to me is we gauge it, which means lower commission means lower level of service. We take what is an industry standard and what has made us, separated us, and taken us apart from the competition is we market to over 84 websites. We have a team of high-producing agents. We have agent specialists, as Marty, that strictly works with buyers. We bring more buyers to the table than any other brokerage in Northeast Ohio. And so, you know, we're not arrogant about that, but we've earned that, so we're happy to share that with you. So we take that 7% standard and we take it to so much higher of a level to create more value for our clients, and that's why we've gotten the results that we've got. See how I did that? Like, it ain't a thing. We just do it better than everybody else, that's all. So that number becomes less and less important if you tee it up that way. Like I had, Adam, I'll throw him under the bus, somebody said, but as they were walking out, what is your commission? Well, it's 7%, but it's negotiable. Well, and that was my reaction to him, so I'm not being disrespectful, I'd say the same thing if you're sitting right here. I was like, commission wasn't that important to them if you went through an entire listing appointment and they didn't ask about commission until you're walking out the door. You should have just went, oh, I'm sorry that we didn't address it, it's 7%, that's just the standard for everybody. You know, that's what most agents, you know, will list a house for, especially a good agent. That's the standard that we all follow, and we respect that. It's a non-issue. So that's the thing. That's obviously my wheelhouse about the percentage. So however that shows up for you, and if you feel like if you're going together, if he starts to kind of stumble through it, then pick up his slack. You know what I mean? And if you find yourselves working together more often, that will become very, very automatic. So that's that. Double back on the value about the 6%. Just like I said, if somebody reduces their commission, that concerns me. I'd hate to see you with a weak agent. That is the thing you're going to capitalize because you want to put in their head 6% means weak agent. 6% means weak agent. Keep saying it. Weak agent. Don't want you to be a weak agent. The circumstances that come from being with a weak agent. They put a sign in the yard, they put it on the MLS, and they pray. That's a weak agent. That's 6%. We don't do that. We cannot do that. We will not do that for our clients. We hold you in much higher regard than that. Make it personal. Make sense? Okay. So.
Yeah, and it's okay to smile and go
Oh my
slow
God,
and,
God's sakes, I
and
wrote
not
smile
be,
down, guys. You guys have
and
to
not
smile.
be, you know,
You have to.
pitching
Because-
and worried about
because
statistics.
if you're
I mean, it can be a normal conversation. I mean, with all the information at hand, and you guys can do this. I mean, you can listen
And
sell.
I
You can
love
listen
that you
sell this
have
house.
it.
Don't be nervous.
But
I
you didn't
mean,
feel the need to flip that book open, because I'll tell you right now, like if I was selling my
boring.
house,
That's
and I was
boring.
gonna
Do they
hire
really
you,
take this?
and you flip that book open first thing, I'd be like, stop. I don't need to know anything that's in that book.
And Mark,
I
though,
wanna do
I'm
what I tell
actually,
you.
that's what I'm saying, this is, I have not been doing my job, even as an ISA. That is the book that they take.
Mhm.
We're not at iPad status.
Nope.
Why?
I don't know. It's a really good question.
At this point in life, I don't care if I'm 6 years old or 6 years old or 106 years old. We're sending the guys out with that.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
I'm very, like, I'm sketched out.
So that's something we can solve later. With how would you like me to follow up then? The question was, so I said we've had some recent success,
Mhm.
and then I believe that's, you said prove it.
So do
No.
this. I have all of this information in front of you. You're welcome to look through all of it. If this is something that appeals to you, I'm happy to present it to you. Everybody is different. So some people just want to have a real life conversation, and other people need to see concrete results. Where do you find yourself? That's contribution, because you're giving them options. You're giving them the option of, if you want me to enamor you with statistics, I got everything right here. However, if that doesn't appeal to you, I'm just as comfortable having an open conversation, because we stand behind our value, and there's nothing that is not in this book that I can't simply articulate to you verbally. What do you feel most comfortable with? And ask. See, I'm asking more questions. And you guys, this is me like bearing down on you hard. It's also 6 years I've been doing this, so like, you're doing it, believe me, I'm gonna be very critical, but this is only to take you further, so don't misinterpret. So, something that concerns me, okay, so I put next tone, contingency, make sure you smile and have a personal touch, which is exactly what Liz said.
Oh.
As soon as you soften, now all of a sudden that guard starts to come down, and that's better, and you have that in your arsenal. Marty,
Yes, I work
I've
with-
seen you on stage.
We work with
okay?
you guys
You're
every
really
day,
good.
and you guys are the most likable, friendly people, for sure,
Yeah,
like,
don't
and you
get
guys
too
got,
laser
I'm
focused
sorry, and
on-
you guys got great blue eyes and your sharp dress, just, hey, go in there, how are you
Capitalize on
doing?
that. Make it
Yeah.
personal. Make it
You guys are
personal.
fantastic, make a friend, don't go in there and make a seller list a house, go in there and make a friend.
Right.
I mean, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
in a lot of these role plays, sometimes
Yeah.
it does come out a little bit more robotic than I feel like
Aw.
it does.
Right,
and-
Right, and you're fantastic, like,
Well,
yeah, it's okay,
It'll go away.
Yeah.
The
Because
more you do
usually,
it.
well, like I said, usually when I go and talk to them, I kind of have a baseline of what they're like. I've had conversations with them. It's not all business.
okay, wait
You
a
know.
second, okay, so I heard about warm sphere as opposed to these appointments that we're setting for you?
No. I'm talking. Never have I gone into an appointment and we've just been like, bam, let's get to this.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, like, once you get there, like, hi, I'm
they're-
Elliot.
Yeah,
and
they're-
blah,
you
blah,
know,
blah, blah.
there's
There's
yeah,
some rapport.
right.
So how
The
about
day- the
something
same
like
day of.
you're opening,
Day of.
like you sit down, what about something like, so I'm sure you're, as you're probably well aware, as we are, real estate professionals, and we stand very, proudly behind the brokerage we work for and the product that we have to offer. There's many different ways that we can go about doing this. I can, enamor you with all types of graphs and statistics and improve, or we can just as easily have an open conversation about what your needs and wants are, because we're here to provide you the best
Love
service
it.
that we possibly can for you. So, what do you feel most comfortable with? Because I want to make sure that we're getting to the core of what you really are trying to do here, without enamoring you with a lot of useless information. Tell me your thoughts. And then when they go blah, 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 tell me a little bit more about that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when you say a big yard, like explain to me how does that show up? Then you go forward. Now you've been giving a roadmap of where you're supposed to, are you supposed